So at first we started it with one customer at a time. That was our mission. Okay, well, maybe we can just start doing this one customer at a time. So every time that a customer come in, we check the whole car, we give a report, and we explain every single detail about their car.
Right.
But when the time started like coming up, that there was like more and more people asking. So that's when we decided just to go for it, to create a new project that I call Ladies Car Care,
Yeah.
and just come and do these clinics where we can teach like with more time, bring a car, open the hood, and just start teaching the basic information that they need
Absolutely.
to know.
It's wonderful. So tell me, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram.
Yeah, we have two pages on Instagram. That is the shop, that is Kingdom Auto Repair, and we have the site that is for ladies only, that is Ladies Car Care. We have a Facebook page as well, and we have a private Facebook group. So where we teach everything too. We have some videos, we have tips, we go live, and we just show behind the scene of the cars, like in Drum
Yeah.
Day. So yeah, we do have to.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And tell me a little bit about Irving.
Irving, I mean, he loves cars. He have a passion just with cars. I mean, and obviously for people. I mean, he loves to help people in every way, and not just cars. I mean, I just believe that cars is just the wrapping, so we
Right.
can just go in more deep into knowing people.
Yeah.
We're believers, so every time that a customer is in need, we if we feel that
Aw.
people is letting us, I mean, we
Yeah.
pray for people, and our mission is that just to serve people and in
Yeah.
every way that
To
we
help
can.
people and be kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. I look forward to this little clinic.
Yeah.
So what number is this for you? What
For
clinic
this
number?
one is the second.
Second one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the second clinic. Yeah, the last one was in November last year.
Okay.
And we're trying to do like maybe once a month, but we didn't do it in December because of the holidays.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yes, but yeah,
So the aim is once a month, but
Once a month.
depending on how things go.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My name is Irving, my wife Cindy, and well, she's gonna talk a little more about us because she likes to talk.
But before to talk, I want to choose one car. Like I said before, we're gonna choose one car from you guys, and we're gonna bring it here because that's the car that we're gonna use to explain. So, who wants to pick it? You help. Just pick one. So don't get scared. Don't get scared. It's okay. So, first of all, just want to thank you. I'm really thankful that you guys are here. The main purpose of this is just to teach you the basic information about your car. Let me just say a little bit about who we are and why we're doing this. Our shop name is called Kingdom Auto Repair. Some of you already know our shop. We opened our business 5 years ago. My husband had a passion with cars and helping people. So at first it was just because I was supporting him. Okay, I want to support him and everything that he was doing, and I was just helping with the customers. So a couple months, years, when we already have the business, I start noticing something in women. I start noticing all this experiences that they had when they take the car to the mechanic. Just because we're women, they overcharge them because they don't know about cars. They see the sign of dollars on their forehead. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I start writing down all the experiences that I was listening from our customers, and I got scared and I got mad because I was like, okay, we are in 2019 back then, and we're like, how come this keep happening right now? I mean, we are already on this time, and I can't believe that this is happening. So with my husband, we thought, okay, we're gonna do something about it. I mean, I don't care about the other shops, I care about ours. And that's when we started creating this project that I call Ladies Car Care. What is Ladies Car Care about? It's just to teach you to understand your car. And we believe that if you have a car and if you are driving a car, you should know your car. So that way you're gonna avoid all these experiences that you may have before. I mean, when it's time to bring your car to the mechanic, they won't lie to you because you know your car, you know what your car needs, and all that. Okay? A lot of times I've been in events and people ask me, "So you're gonna teach me how to be a mechanic?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna teach you. I'm not a mechanic. Okay? He's a mechanic. I'm gonna teach you." I mean, it was funny because when I met him, I didn't know how to drive. I didn't know even how to turn on the car. So he teach me how to drive. So we were on the shop. I'm like, okay, now can you teach me how to do that? And he's like, yeah, actually I need to teach you because I'm not gonna be with you all the time. So he started teaching me a couple things. And what I was so happy about, that it's not complicated. It's actually very simple and very easy. And that's when I thought, hey, I mean, as women, we're very intelligent and we can learn these things. I mean, there's not like, okay, just men, no. And that's why, okay, teach me more, how we do this. And I started asking so many questions. And that's when we were like, okay, now, I mean, this is something that we can teach. I mean, any woman, any teen, any young lady can learn these things. And that's when we started it, Ladies Car Care. So if you want to follow us actually on Instagram, we are as Ladies Car Care or Kingdom of Rivera as well. And the Instagram page, we teach a tip every week. And we just teach different things. I mean, sometimes we teach about different topics. We teach about tires, fluids, and a lot of little details that you may know. I mean, you need to know.
All right, yeah. And by the way, she's a good driver.
Yes, she is. No.
All right.
Let me just tell you how he teach me how to drive. You don't say that often. Okay, I was so desperate that I really wanted to learn how to drive because, I mean, with kids, they have to go to the doctor. So I have to ask him, hey, come to the house because I need to go this, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to teach you really, really fast. Grab the keys. And I'm like, okay, he's going to teach me how to drive, right? So I grabbed it. Back then, we had a big truck, a Dodge, big truck. So he's like, okay, get in. And I'm like, okay, what I do? And he's like, turn it on the car. So I start driving. He's like, just go straight. And then I start seeing a ramp. And I'm like, but that's the freeway. No, keep driving. He's like, are you sure that's the freeway? He's like, it's okay. So when I entered, I saw the big sign, entrance, freeway. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm the freeway. And he's like, keep going. I'm here.
You need to go faster.
And he's like, go faster. And I'm like, I'm at 40. No, you have to get to the house. And then, oh my God. And for 5-10 minutes on the freeway, that's how I learned how to drive. Wow. He's like, this is easy.
That's how I taught my kids how to swim. So, yeah, that's what I'm more hands-on. I'm more like if you need to learn something, the only way you're gonna learn it is for yourself. And that's the way I think that's we do it here. So I want to talk a little bit about tires. So I know we have tools here to check the tires, what's the wear and tear on the tire. But here, I teach you a little trick to my wife. All right, the only thing you need is a pen to know how bad are your tires. All right, so we're gonna start obviously with the flat tire. All right, here I can tell a couple of things. First off, this car needs alignment. You see how it's wearing uneven? The tire is sitting like sideways. I don't know if you can appreciate that. It's sitting sideways. It's not straight, and the tire on this, the awareness on this tire is more on the inside of the car. So it needs alignment first. Second, these marks right here, these are the wear limit. All right. Once it hit, the tire hit that spot, that means you need tires right away. And this one, I mean, is totally done. Or you can do the penetrating. That's just gonna teach you.
This is really easy. Sometimes I was like, really? With a penny? How come you can't do this? So actually what you have to do is just put it like with the head down. And you just have to put it, I mean, obviously this one, they need it. But when it's new, it just comes right on the nose of the
Who's that? Abraham?
That guy. So I mean basically this one is very
it's just down. So if you can see the nose and the eyes, still okay. But if you can see all the way to the head, that's mean he's gone. All right. So that's the penetrating, and this is how an entire looks like. All right. Okay, you can stick the penny there, and right in the nose.
Right in the nose.
All right, right in the nose. You can see that. That's mean it's a brand new tire.
So this is the faces. Yeah.
The face down.
Face down.
Eight
and
down.
When it's new, it has to hit the nose.
The nose. And if you have the eyes, it's like about 50%. Below the eyes is just you need to replace it. All right. And always pay attention to your tire. All right. So you want to explain about the?
Yes.
She's gonna explain to you. Okay. Another fact about tires that you need to know is this must be like new. All right. But there is a production date actually, and you don't want to have a tire 4 years older on your car. 4 years, you're gonna see like cracks on the sides and all that. So we don't want an old tire on your car, even though you have like a good meat on it. So there's a number. It's a DOT number. Let me see it. It's right here.
Oh.
Okay. So it says DOT. All right. This is a production date, and the last two numbers over here, that's the year. So this one, the last two numbers is 18. So this one it was from 2018. So still a good tire.
Is it the reason why if you go past 5 years and the tire is more brittle or something?
Yeah, that's why the tires get brittle after 4 or 5 years. Even though like if you have the car parked in the garage or outside for 4 years, after 4 you're gonna get new tires. Even though the tire is good. No, 4 years.
4 years, okay. But if you go put a tire, someone's gonna put a 2-year-old tire, they only 2 years then. That's why you need to check
That's
that.
why you need to check it.
That's why you need
That's
to
why.
check that. Yeah.
That's why you need to check it. Sometimes they have cool deals, you know,
Yeah.
4 tires for so. Yeah, because they are
They're old.
They're
The
old,
tires
or
are
they are
old.
getting close to that date. But that's why they want to push it. They were like, okay, sell it. So that's why, and that's why we picked this tire this year. All right. So that's why I don't like to stock a lot of tires, because I like to order ahead of time so I get like more life out of it. All right. So.
That, I mean, for me, when I noticed that, because I mean, that's something new that I just learned last year. I didn't know about it. But I mean, a lot of places, they sell you, I mean, they're very cheap tires. And we got a lot of customers that come in, oh no, I got this tire for $30, $50. Like, really? I mean, that's really cheap. And when we know, I mean, we start checking the DOT, I mean, it's a really old tire. And what's going to happen, I mean, remember, when we drive, that's one of the more important things, I mean, in our car, the tires. Even when you drive when it's raining, I mean, that's when more accident happen. And that's why you need to make sure that your tire, it's in good condition. Even though, I mean, sometimes we had a customer 6 months ago, right? I was laughing because I couldn't believe that she came with that tire. The tire, and I have a picture. If you guys go to my Instagram page, I put it there.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The part of this tire was like,
you know, like there's like someone to slide the tire, and it was just in 2 pieces.
and she's like, I think I need tires, and I'm like, you think you need tires? Well, you really need
and
tires.
it didn't pop. It was just destroyed. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, we got a lot of customers like that. They're like, oh no, we do it later.
Don't wait until
We do
that.
it later. Like I asked my guys to get him one of the old tires, and he brought me one with it was literally showing the wires. I said, no, that's too much. So, but yeah, another thing that you need to know is your tire size. All right, so the tire size is, like in this case, it's a 205, 70, 15. 15 is the size of the rim. All right, 205 is the width, and 70 is the length. All right, that's just the size of the tire. Another way that you can find out if you don't see it or for whatever reason, what you can do is if you open the door of your car, right on the side there's a sticker. Any car has it, and you will know a lot about your car there. You will know what tires that you have, and you will know the tire pressure, the amount of pressure that you need to put on your tires. Also, like this tire, a lot of people don't know, but this one, I don't know if you can see it, this is MS. Okay, that's for mud and snow. All right, and this is a good tire for mud, snow, and rain. So there's another one that's all terrain, all seasons, but this tire is good for snow, mud, and basically rain.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to focus on, a lot of times we don't know those details. And we're like, sometimes customers come in or call and they say, oh, I need a tires. And we ask, okay, what tire, what size is your tire? I don't know. And we're like, okay, what is your VIN number? I don't know. Okay, what is your license plate? Let me go check out the car. So one of the things that we do, if you go to our website, we have a form that it's easier for you to fill it out. All the form and have it on your car. that's very important because when you call to the mechanic or any repair shop, the first thing that they're gonna ask you is what's make and model and year of your car. If you don't know it, I mean, hi, welcome. And if you don't know it, I mean, they're gonna, okay, you have to go and check it out. So there's different places where you can find it. Like Irving says, when you open the driver door, always on the bottom is a sticker when it's gonna tell you the big number. It's gonna tell you the tire size and also the pressure that the tire needs. Because that's another thing. A lot of people go to the gas station and put pressure on the tires, and they don't put the right amount, and that's not good as well.
Yeah, what's gonna happen there is if you have a tire that is low on that it doesn't have the right amount of air, what's gonna happen is with the way the car is gonna go like this, all right? So what's gonna happen, your tire is gonna wear on the sides, all right? Because you're pushing it, because it doesn't have the right amount. So let's say you put a lot more. What's gonna happen, it's gonna do this, and you're gonna wear the tire on the inside, but not the sides.
Yes.
So that's how I know when I put it. Usually, most of the cars, like regular car, it's about 32 pounds that you have to put. In some cars, they come here with 60, 75 pounds. Oh my God, no, you're gonna pop the tire. So we put the right amount of pressure, and that's how you can prolong the life on your tires. First, check your DOT, which is the production in the tires. Put the right amount of air and your alignment. It's very important.
The DOT on the tire, just the last 2 digits? Or?
Yes, the DOT.
You can see it?
Yeah, you can see it's a big
No,
number.
but like on the car?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on the outside?
It show you
Like
on
right
the
here,
on
it's
the
a
door.
DOT.
It has
There's
a
a serial
sticker.
number right
It
here,
has a
and the
sticker on
last
the
two.
bottom. All the cars have
You see
it.
it?
Yes.
On the bottom of the
You guys
door
see?
of the car?
Yeah, when you open the door,
Yeah.
yeah, on this when you step in on the
2018
car,
tire.
there's a sticker, and there's the size of the tire, the pressure, everything, all the information
No
from the
one
tire.
looks at those things.
Yes, that's why we're telling you. Another thing that it got my attention is when you have low air, you're gonna waste more gas.
You're gonna waste more gas.
Gasoline. Yes. When
Low
it
air?
has low air, your car is gonna pressure more, and you're gonna waste more gasoline.
Okay, so my question is, you said that if you drive slow, you say gas, is that a stupid thing, or is that a true statement?
I mean, gasoline, you can't. There's a lot of facts in that. Like, you gotta have your car tuned up. You gotta. I mean, that's a myth that you have your AC on all the time. No, that's a myth. Just imagine if you're in a freeway with your windows down. It's like a parachute, you know. It'll create resistance. So when the windows up, it's more aerodynamic, and you're just gonna get faster, and there's no dragging from the air. So it's a lot better to drive with the AC. Don't drive it. you can Uber. No, misplaced. No.
Too much stuff in the trunk can waste gas.
Yes, and but I mean, I don't think you're gonna put like your waist on the back, you know? No, but I mean, like, let's say this car, you have 5 people in the car, of course. I mean, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna spend more gas in it.
So the weight does.
Yes, but I mean, you have to put a lot of weight on the car in order for you to know. Also, like I said, put a good gas on your car. Try to avoid Arco. I don't have anything against Arco. I try to avoid it because the gas is just no good. Try to get Chevron, Shell, those brands.
Yeah, and you know what? On gasoline, I always want to say this testimony from a customer that I had on the Facebook, and it's funny, but it happens. Okay, this lady, she's all green. She go organic. She go really care and everything. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna save gas. I'm gonna go, and I went to the gasoline and I put organic gasoline. And I'm like, organic gasoline? Really? Where do you find it? Organic gasoline? And she's like, you can find it in every gas station. And I'm like, where? Do you see the green pump on the gas? She put diesel, and then she turned on the car. She started driving, and she
Oh my God.
So, I mean, we have to be.
Be
I mean,
careful.
sometimes it's like for us it's funny, but it really happened. I mean, that lady. I mean, last year. Yes, she messed it up all her engine. So
And now, yes, remember, now this is
we
so
have
funny.
so many stories that.
We should write a book about it.
I mean, I
newsletter.
I mean, once in a while, that's fine. But if you keep putting that, what's gonna happen is gonna clog your injectors. Your fuel system is gonna get cold, dirty from the inside. One more thing, your fuel filter, or fuel pump can be damaged, and also your spark plugs. You're not gonna get, that much of a life out of it. So try Costco. Costco, I mean, you can beat those prices, but the thing is, I mean, they have killer deals in everything, in anything. So the thing is, what I think they do is because they buy bulk. They don't buy, just give me one load. They 20 loads or so. That's why I think they get good deals, but I don't know where they get their gasoline from. I don't know. But, I mean, they have really good deals. But like Michelin, no one can beat Costco with Michelin. No one. Why? Because they buy like thousands and thousands of cars. That's the thing, all right? But Costco, I think it's in the mid range. It's not like compared with Chevron or Shell, but it's in the mid range. It's not Arco, but I mean you can use it. I mean it's just good. And don't add additives to your gas tank. Don't do it. Additives to your gas tank. Sometimes you go to a gas station, stuff like that, to sell it. Do not. Why? Because what's going to happen is, before we go into another subject now, what happened is when you put those things in your tank, I mean, yeah, it's going to clean, but it's going to clean up your gas tank. Let's say, for example, you take your car for a year to Arco. So all the gas tank is dirty. So what's going to happen when you put that chemical in it, it's going to clean up your gas tank, and everything is going to pour into your motor. So don't put those things.
I was doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
one time ago.
If it's a new car, that's fine. But try not to. Try not to put it. We have equipment and everything to clean up the fuel injection system. Yeah, there's additives, so don't
And
use
don't
it.
overtop it too. Sometimes it click and then we're like more to that full. Yeah,
Only
don't do
40
it.
more cents.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, when
When it
gas
clicks?
it clicks, stop because it's gonna ring the.
It calls, okay.
Yeah.
The gas tank has, I don't know if you noticed, probably not, but if you leave a container full of gasoline outside, it's gonna create some fumes. It's gonna release those fumes to the atmosphere. So the car has a system that it calls evap system. What it does is it collects all those fumes and don't release it to the atmosphere. You put it inside the car, so they burn it. So right, it's a really cool system. But it has we call it charcoal canister. But what it is like filters. There are filters on all these fuels, so we don't contaminate the atmosphere. So when you keep pumping, what's going to happen is it's an overflow hose. So that hose goes to that part, and it start getting fuel in it. So what's going to happen? That thing has like a truck behind you. You're going to get a clog. It's going to get like a rock. So and the car goes from 400 to $1,500. $40. 20 more bucks to 24 more cents.
I know, I'm trying to even.
So if it clicks, that's
That's
it.
it.
Don't go over. But let's go back to tires and all that.
I
Wait a second.
mean, at the end we're gonna give more space if you have more questions, but yeah. Right
But
now.
yeah, so. Oh, and one more thing before I forgot about it, I want to say that too. We had another customer not long ago. I don't know. There's a lot of Chevys and a lot of cars that they have. I don't know if you noticed in the back it says flex fuel. It's a fuel made of corn or something like that. It's corn. So if the car fuel system is designed to have that fuel, that's okay. But if your car is not flex fuel, don't put it on because you're gonna do like another, like it's gonna ruin it. And this customer, because it was cheap, like so cheap, so she decided to, it's gasoline. She will top it up all the way. And my surprise is that the car was running. It was running. So when she brought it to my shop, she was like, hey, you know what, I have this problem. It has a lack of power and all that. I was like, okay, I'll check it. And I was running around because I couldn't figure out what it was. Oh, like, no, I have the right fuel pressure, I have this, I have that. My scanner the readings were all whack. Why? I can't understand why. So, my surprise was like, I needed to check something on the fuel system and I get that smell. What is that? It's so weird. So I got the smell, and then I told my guy, I'll go to the gas station a couple blocks away and pump in a container a little bit of flex fuel for me. So I compared the smells, and okay, that's what it is. How to empty everything out, clean the whole system, and then I put good gas, and she was good. The problem is that she has a second car, and she did the same thing again. So why you do that? So don't put flex fuel on your cars if it doesn't
They
take
sell
that fuel.
flex fuel and gas?
Yes. We don't sell it here, but like about 2 blocks away, they do. But if it's flex fuel, don't even think about it. Okay, she paid like over $1,000 for that. No, you can convert, but that was back in the days. You can use propane. Yeah, and it's good. They run good and all that. But that was 10 years ago. Yeah, they sell kits and all that. You put your tank in the back. Usually for pickup trucks and construction vehicles, we used to do it, but not anymore. So,
Yeah.
guys, I think we're okay with gasoline.
With gasoline.
Okay, so tires. Any questions about tires?
I have a question.
No, man. So you have like Lamborghini parking on your car, on your house.
Do you have a question?
So like in your manual it'll tell you like a speed rating and something else. So does that really matter? Are you supposed to stick to that? Get a tire that has like the same speed rating and other things?
It's very important. It is what happened there is that the car has been designed for that specific tire, but it doesn't mean they have to stick to the tire. I mean, there's some tolerance that you can go with. I prefer to go with whatever the car calls for, and that's not only on tires, that's on spark plugs and all that. Like air filter, I'm not gonna go to the dealer and get an air filter. I can get an AutoZone for it's a lot cheaper than that. But it's an excellent question because on your glove compartment you have a owner's manual, and you're gonna have a lot of information there. We have actually a video on it. You can check it out on YouTube, and we have a full video on it. It's really cool. We go deeper in what do you have to have in your glove compartment. Explain that because you did that video.
Yeah, because a lot of times, as women, when we open that glove compartment, we have everything except our owner's manual or the things that we supposed to have. I even have diapers, white feet, and I said no. I mean, we really need to have what we need. I mean, there's the owner manual. The manual you have to have in there. Obviously the registration, the insurance card. You should have a lamp too as well. I mean, a flashlight. That I mean, in case
Your
of
penny,
emergency.
remember?
The,
You have to have a penny there.
yeah, the tire gauge.
The tire gauge.
That's another thing that I mean, we don't have to wait until get into a gas station just to put the air on the tire. I mean, just basic information that's what I mean we need to have. And one of the things that we're gonna raffle today is a bag that you're gonna have all the tools that you need to have in your car.
All right, so sounds good. And so today we want to talk also about brakes. All right, so here at the shop we have a tire gauge. All right, this is going to tell me how low is your brakes and if it's time to replace it. This guy, let me show you a good brake. Yes. This is a brand new brake. You can pass it on to see how thick it is.
This one is the one that is already.
Wow. So it really wears. That's a good one.
That's a good one, a brand new one.
It showed you.
You see the difference of the thickness?
And that's the bad one?
Yeah, the bad one.
Actually, this one is worse.
I have a worse one so we can really see.
Wow.
I think, can you see? Right. Here's a good one.
Is that called the shoe?
This one is called brake pad. The shoe
pad.
goes on the back and is not for all the cars. Okay, so we have a gauge here, all right, that we gauge the pad, all right. So this one, if it's on the green side, that means obviously that is good, all right. This one, the thickness is 12 millimeters. brand new one is 12 millimeters. So we seat it on the middle part, and we measure it. All right. So if your brake pad is between 8, 10, or 12 millimeters thickness, that means it's okay. All right. So let's go and measure the used one. All right. The yellow one is time to do it. It's not like, oh, I can push it to next month. No, this is time to do it. All right. If it's the yellow sign, if it's 3 or below, you need to do it. Like right here, this one is about 4 millimeters thick. So there's a lot of difference. If you can see it, it's not even wear down evenly. On one side it's 4, and on the other side it's gonna be like 3 millimeters. Yep, it's 3. It's wearing uneven. All right, and I'll explain that why it's doing that. So we have these gauges here, and this is very helpful for us to explain to customers why we recommend new brakes. All right. If you don't come here and you go to another shop, ask if they have this tool. It's going to help you to understand how low it is your brake pad. Okay, now, if you let your brake pad go so low, what's going to happen is you're going to damage your rotor. All right, we have a rotor here. This one is from a Mercedes 2008. It's 500, and it costs about $110 each one. All right, so this one, I don't know if you can see it. This is pretty heavy, so it's groovy. One thing. Second thing, there is a lip. Why? Because the pad went down so the right amount of fluid. So that's why we don't top off brake fluids, not the brake fluid. All right. Why? Because you're not gonna know if it's low. So if you have your car, like we're gonna check brake pads on this one. If you have your car, if someone recommends you brakes and you're not sure, pop the hood and look at your reservoir. If it's on the middle, that's a high indication you need brakes. If it's like all the way to the top and you know you need to top it off, that's mean there's something not good there.
I remember when it's brakes are fine, you know, some hurting ones, no warning. When I got into it,
The
that
rotors.
it was gone.
It was gone. Usually, this pad right here, I don't know if you noticed, it has this little metal part right here. See it? Okay, this is a warning tap. If the warning tap hit the rotor, it's gonna make a noise, like a hissing noise. That is telling you, it's screaming you, ah, it brakes. If you don't pay attention to that and you go lower, you're gonna ruin your brake pad. So, I mean, your brake on your rotor. So, usually all the brake pads these days, they have that chip. And if it hits it, that's your warning. That's a warning that it's telling you, hey. And if you keep going, like let's say, you live in the hills and you're going down, that warning tap is gonna go even deeper. It's gonna scratch all your rotor. So that's the reason. The thing is, usually when you're driving, okay, how many of you guys drive without listening to music? Usually you guys like, or you know, like, oh, you don't want to, you don't pay attention to the car. So we always driving with headset or doing something else, and especially if you guys are multitask, then you not only drive, you drive and well, what do you call those things? You're doing your makeup and all that. I see crazy stuff, but not with the stoplight. So yeah, that's why, because we are so busy doing a lot of stuff that you don't pay attention to the noises. So that's one of the reasons. Probably you don't hear it. But yeah, so.
And that's why it's very important that when you start driving, just take a couple minutes. I mean, first of all, beat your car, and the other thing, you start hearing noises. I mean, you have to, put attention to your car. That's what you need to know your car.
Is it sometimes normal that it squeaks? Mix that.
If it squeaks, it's either the thing is the warning tap that is telling you that it's low, or it's telling you that you have a really bad quality brakes.
That's annoying.
Because if the brake pad,
Not because it's damp outside, or you know,
this is the brake pad, okay? So if the brake pad has a lot of steel, there's a lot of metal in it, what's gonna happen is gonna eat up your rotor, all right? Because the material is too aggressive. So this is a magnet, all right? And look, that's gonna stick to it. Why? Because it's not metal. You see that?
Oh
It's not metal. This one is ceramic. So you want to put ceramic pads on your brakes. That's why when you go to AutoZone, yeah, they have $20 brake pads. But just get a magnet and put it on. It's just metal. So what's gonna happen is too aggressive for your brake pad. So a good set of brake pads is not gonna cost $20. It's gonna cost from $70 up. $70 up. So that's why a lot of people, oh, they use so expensive on brakes. You know what? Because of these. All right. So, but yeah, excellent question. So, any other questions about brakes?
Is it true that like on rainy days or like really windy days that will cause your brakes to squeak?
Probably on rainy days. I'm gonna tell you why. Awesome question. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you're coming down the freeway and you brake. So obviously, this rotor is gonna get heat. It's gonna get hot. This one is on a special brake for Mercedes. They're ventilated. Here is this drill. So what's gonna happen when you drive, it goes in and it cools down the rotor. But usually, not a lot of people, they want to pay that because they sell it aftermarket for your car. And that's gonna prolong the life on your brakes. It's gonna bring a lot better. And you're not gonna have that squeakiness. So on this one, even though it was all the way down to the metal, it wasn't squeaky. This one. So anyway, so your question is, if it's raining and you don't have this type of brake pads, rotors, and you're driving and it's so hot and you go into a puddle, what's going to happen is all that water, it can warp your rotor, or it's going to create a heat spot on the side. All right, so that's why you're going to see like a blue color on the side. That's because it's a lot of heat and cold, and that's what causes it for. We call it crystallize the brakes. Not the wind, but the water. Yes, it will do that. But if you have a really good brake set of pads and rotors, it won't happen. And if it happened, like I'm doing a brake job right now, we put a really good set of brake pads, and if it happened, with me, you have warranty, we tear everything apart and put new ones in. No charge. No charge at all. So it depends on the quality that you get. All right. So we have different packages, if you want to say. I can put like this brand on Mercedes. I think because the cars on Mercedes and Beamers, they're too heavy for your car. I cannot put any brake pad. If it's like a little Toyota, we can put literally pretty much anything in it because it's so light. But if it's a heavy car, we have to go something decent, a good brand, good quality. Because I know most of the customers, you don't complain if your brake pad wear down so fast. What's the complaint on brakes? They squeak. All of them. So that's why I try to get brake pads that don't squeak. If they squeak, I've been here for years. Probably I had only 1 or 2 complaints about it. That's it. No more. Because I try to get good set of brake pads. Good set of brake pads all the time. And I try to encourage it. Encourage the customer to get good brake pads. And like I said, there's some guys that are like, no, give me the cheapest one. All right, so I'm just want to let you know that it's gonna squeak. don't come and tell me that I did a bad job. All right. So it really depends. The lowest here is 189. That's the lowest because we use quality. I mean, that's my lower rate. And I'm a lot higher than other shops, but my brake pads don't squeak. And if they squeak, you have warranty, bring it back, and I'll put a new one for you.
What covers the 189? Is it the brake pads and the
brake pad, the labor, and everything? That's plus tax and half the diesel. So, and that's for like it varies from parts. Like I can charge that for a BMW, or a big truck. Usually, it's like for small sedans. For
For a 2018
Oh no, that's heavy. We can do it, but especially on that one, we put a really good brake pads. Because usually people they buy those for off-roading and all that, so we get really good brake pads. There's a lot of brands out there. We're trying to get the best for you guys. And any other questions? You have one, right? What's up? break, probably sold and just spin. All right, good question. I'm glad that this little guy is here. And I'm gonna tell you why. When I was about his age, how old are you? 8? 7. Okay, when I was about his age, my mom, I grew up with a single mom. All right, and I remember my mom is struggling with mechanics, like big time. And I remember she got raped up a lot of times, and she was scared. She was afraid to go to mechanic all the time. It was I'm not kidding, all the time. And I remember I was about his age when I started asking my uncles and all that, hey, how do you do this oil change? What is that? What do you have to do? And I started asking questions. And I remember at a very young age, I started helping my mom to with a car. I was like, okay, mama, you know what? I don't know how to drive, but my uncle told me how to check the oil. Oh, you need oil change. And I started telling my mom what to do. Because we were like living in a really tight budget back then. And I remember, I helped my mom so many times where after I grew up and I started learning about cars, I'm like, no, mom, don't worry, I'll fix it for you. And that's one of the reasons that we decided to do this for you guys. Because we started noticing, house shopping, I noticed that a lot of single moms coming in, they're like, if I say it, he needs $1,000 break to believe it because they don't know. So I have to teach them about brakes. I have to teach them about that. So if they don't come here, they can go somebody else to another place, and they know about their cars. They know what they're talking about. You're gonna be able to speak that language, and that's what we are. We're not trying to just make a dollar out of it. We're trying to tell you, hey, you know what? This is what you need to do. This is what you need to know. If they tell you, oh, there's a leak here, okay, show me where. And that's the things that I wanna help you guys out with your life and with your pocket too. So you're gonna save money.
I also heard that
Yes.
the
Yes.
old part.
Always ask for your old parts. I usually keep them, like all the time. All the time I keep them. I show the customer, this is why, and I explain why. What was it? Yesterday I got a Subaru WRX. If you like car, you will know that's a cool car. And we have it here. And the guy, he trusts me. He trusts me 100%. He said, like, here's the key, and I saw a leak. And we're like, oh, you know what, your timing belt. And we're like, how much is it? Okay, you're gonna do this. The bill was about $1,500. So I said, and I bring it in, and one of my guys, I told him, here's the key, check it, here's the timing belt. Here's the timing belt. We brought it in yesterday in the morning. He called me, hey, I think it's not the timing belt. What is it? It's a washer. Okay, where's the washer goes on top? Are you sure? Okay. I ordered a washer, put them on, clean it, check it, drive it, no leaks. I call the customer in the morning. You want to hear the good news? What? You just saved $1,500.
Oh boy.
And he was, oh my God, it's January, man. He was so happy. So I'm going to tell him this because I want you to, this is who we are. This is who we are. We're not going to, if I see something that I tell you that was a problem, and if I come across that it was something else, I will let you know before I even touch the car. So, and the guy was super happy. He was like, oh my God. So, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and about that, we have a video on YouTube. We have a couple. We're barely starting with YouTube videos to help you out as well. And we have a video that I interview him, just asking him questions. What are the questions that you need to ask to the mechanics when you come to the shop? Because a lot of times we come into the shop and we don't even know what to ask. Like, okay, my car is doing this, but I don't know. So one of the things that you mentioned is you have to ask for the old parts. And a lot of times you have to know the parts because they show you parts that they're not even yours. So another question, always ask for a quote. Because a lot of times they just tell you, hey, you know what, I'm going to do this to your car, I'm going to charge you that. But they don't give you a writing quote. They have to give you a quote. So that way, yes. So that way, when you come back, or even if the car needs something else, they have to call you and you have to agree that you wanted to do something else to your car. Because a lot of times they just tell you a price, and when you come back to pick up the car, guess what? It was more than what I told you. So that's another thing. Yes. So I always ask for a rating quote and your old parts. Okay.
But you know if the part that they're showing you is the part that came out of your car.
Yeah.
Well, it's secure.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, one of the things that we do, and a lot of shops don't do, and we understand because the insurance, the liability for the insurance, they don't. A lot of times they don't allow them. But in our shop, we take the risk. We make you sign the quote, and we take you to the party. You can see, and I think a lot of you, their customers, you know that you actually can see the under of your car, and we show you. And one of the things is that when you come in, the first time that we come in, we explain you all the details about your car. And we give you a report, and even we have a system that is send you a text message, hey, remember that your maintenance is due in a couple months or next week or whatever. And that's because we want to, that you know when is the maintenance due. Because a lot of times we don't do the maintenance, and when you let pass the maintenance, another problems start coming into your car. So you check it out, the video. I mean, it's really funny.
Sign up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for the YouTube.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Even though we just have to. We're working on it. So if you want to come, what he was explaining right now, how you know that you need brakes without even take off the
Open
tire.
your hood, yeah.
So we want to show you.
And you don't need it. So if you need to replace it, your spare tire on, in the middle of nowhere, just do it by hand, as much as you can, and just go to the next gas station and or a tire place to get your tire checked up and get your tire replaced. Because those little donuts, you can only go to up to 55 miles per hour. That's it. And try to put it in the back, not put it in the front. All right, so, and I mean, I noticed that a lot of cars, they don't have that no more. They have like another stuff. I need like a tubing type of thing, right? It is super weird, but no. Because the thing is that now the cars these days, they have tires that they call ram flat. Ram flat is even though they have a sensor in the tire, you can run your car like up to, I think, 50 miles. With no air, with a tire, with a puncture in your tires, because that's why they call it ram flats. You can go like 50 miles, so you don't need to replace it. All right. Yeah. And there is a minimum. We cannot see it right now because of the sun. There's a minimum line and a maximum line. So this one, it is about I want to say a little bit more than half. All right. So here, if I see that, right away I look at the brakes. So this one, we're gonna check the brakes. But if it's on the minimum, the level is at the minimum. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna need brakes. So that's one of the ways that you guys can know if it needs brakes. So just open your hood and look at the brake fluid. If it's at the minimum or just a little bit, on top of it, take it to the shop. And because you're gonna need brakes.
Do you need that tool to check?
No.
Oh.
I just wanted to see if I can see it a little better. But no, it's just a flashlight.
Oh,
If you don't mind, this is the radiator, right?
Yes.
Where is you put the oil?
The oil goes right here. This is the oil cap, and this is your dipstick. Yeah, this is where you check it.
Because I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go right now and tell you a little bit about in your compartment. This is your air filter. All right. This is how you check it. Want to help me?
Open things, and I'm afraid to touch them.
Usually this one has clips. All right. For me, I do it every day, so it's like a piece of cake. All right. This one is an air filter. Now, we can see it's dirty. All right. So this one right here, I want to say that that's about 50% of life. What's gonna happen here is we have a sensor. This one right here calls airflow meter sensor. This sensor, it sends the air going inside the motor. All right. This sensor is so sensitive. If that sensor has a particle of dust, it's gonna run super bad. All right. And that sensor average costs about $300 to $400, $500. This sensor. So this one probably cost $30. So it's a lot better to have this one clean all the time. All right, so this is your air filter. Would you mind open the cabin filter? Oh, this one is yeah.
Want to get in front?
So this is the air filter. This is your battery. All right. Another way that you can check your battery. Usually they have the stickers. This one, the bracket is covered. It's covering the date. But usually you know, back in the days, the batteries used to last a lot longer.
Yeah.
Usually, I notice it that battery lasts 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They don't last
Yeah, that's true.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
They last about 2 years, all of them. So
Got my replaced.
yeah, so this one has 34 months for replacement, all of that. No corrosion, but I can see that it's moist around, so I think this battery is on his way out.
Does that have a year?
Yes, yes, it has the. It does have a year. Usually they have a sticker, and you will see the date there. Or like this one, I'm pretty sure is underneath this bracket, so we cannot see it because it's underneath the bracket. So this is your engine oil. It's a dipstick, all right. So you want to see this color, all right. This color is, I want to say, she did it about 2 months ago. Longer? Oh, okay. So about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. If she puts regular oil, which should last for 3,000 miles, this oil needs to be replaced. This is the minimum, level, and this one is the maximum. So if it's like right here, you need like a 2 quarts. If it's in the middle, you need like a quart or half a quart. This one, if the customer bring it to me and I'll shake it, if it doesn't have a sticker, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend oil change right away because the oil is a little burnt out. It's not like super bad, but it's getting there. All right, so this is the radiator. Always, if you want to check the radiator, don't open it if it's hot. Always check it in the morning. Always in the morning
But
before
how long
start the
does
car.
it take to cool off?
That's why if you want to check your levels, it's usually before you start the car, before you even go to work or do your errands, run your errands. So that one, if you open it up, you will see the level. If it's a level, this one it has a reservoir, which is this one right here, and it has a minimum and maximum. You want to keep it like in the middle, all right? Because that's an overflow tank. Okay, so when the coolant heats up, it's gonna boil and it's gonna it's gonna expand a little bit. So that's why we have the overflow tank. So when it's hot, the excess goes there, and then when it cools down, it goes back to the radiator. So that's why I don't keep it all the way to the top, because it's gonna overflow. So
That's where you put the oil.
that one. This one right here is your power steering. Like I said, all the fluids, there's a way to check it. This one, there's a window, that one too, and this one too. The only two that has dipstick is this one, and the transmission that is right here. This one has
There's a lot
the-
about cars. Yeah, sure is. So different.
This one is a
Those
little
were all
different.
I'm already lost.
Okay, can you do that again?
This one?
I know.
Oh, she's recording
Video,
it. so-
that's right.
This one, like usually they have a dipstick, but this one, now these days, they don't want you to shake your car, so you have to buy a tool to shake this car in order for it to shake it, and we do have it. So, but usually, and transmissions don't like a lot of cars. They say that the transmission fluid is for life. No, that's not true. So service it, replace it. If it's like a high-end car, at least every 2-3 years. If you don't have I recommend it every year, because if you have a good fluid on your transmission, what's gonna happen? You're gonna prolong the life on your transmission too. It's a lot better to pay $150, $180, $200 on the service than pay $1,500, $3,000, or $4,000 on a transmission rebuild. So it's a lot better to have your fluids in a good shape. And not all the fluids is lifetime. All of them, they need to be flushed.
When you do a checkup on your car, is that when they check all the fluids?
Yeah, we check, like here we check bumper to bumper, everything. And like I said, how many of you guys flush the brake fluid in your car? No one. What about the power steering? No one. So that's, you did, yay. So we got 1 out of 20.
I know.
So the fluids, if you have a good fluid on your car, good fluids, is gonna prolong the life in everything, every component that the fluid is going through. So
On your water, how do we know how much water to put? Because I'm constantly cleaning my window.
okay,
with
so
the water.
that's the windshield washer fluid. That's
Okay,
that's
okay.
another thing. It's right here, and you can either put water, or you can go to Costco and buy those things. To put in
Distilled?
the windshield washer fluid.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you put water
goodness.
creates rust,
Oh.
so it'll clog the spray
So no
the tutors.
water.
So the jet.
Just a thought to me, there's no reason to take the cap off if you're just gonna fill it with water here, is there?
Yes, but you gotta shake both.
Oh.
You gotta shake both. I always shake both. If it's the car too hot, I want it to cool down, but I shake both. I make sure visually that everything is good.
Oh, so that's not for the water. The water's on.
Yes, both are water. This
Oh,
one,
both have water.
yeah.
Okay.
Radiator.
Yeah, it's been sitting here for a
Oh,
while.
that one.
So this one, if you notice, it's all the way to the top.
Okay.
Right?
So you probably say that, no, you don't need anything at all.
So this car, it seems like it's been taken care of. And this one, it has a stick. So this one, if you notice, is at a level. It's right here. There we can see it.
Oh, which one is that one?
This one is a power steering.
Power steering.
Yes.
All right.
All right. And we're about to check. Any questions about the engine compartment?
This radiator has blue. Is that coolant?
Yes. Coolants, they're different colors. They are blue, yellow, orange, green, purple, pink. There's a lot of colors. Yeah, there's a lot of colors. It depends on the car. This one's blue, so it depends. Usually, European is blue. Cabinet filter. We're going to take the cabinet filter on this car. This is one of our guys, Elvis. He's in the house. And this one, if you notice, is dirty. Alright? So this one is going to prevent previous allergies. Alright? This one, when you turn the AC, I don't know if you had like an old car. How many guys drove like, a car from the 70s or the 80s? Okay, I don't know if you remember, when you turn on the heater or the AC, all the dogs used to hit you on the face. All right, because back in the day, they didn't have this filter. So now they have this filter to prevent for allergies and all that. So it's really good to have this one on your car, especially if you have kids. All right, so, and we are gonna check your brakes. So let's go over here.
Before that,
Help
hold on. Before that, make sure that before you open this, make sure that the car is turned off. Or if it's turned on, make sure your hair is up. That's very important because last time, on the last clinic I mentioned, we had someone that she did this with her hair like this, and there's a band running all the time here. So she just tried to take her oil and her hair pulls, and she had a really bad. She had to go to the hospital.
It was bad.
So
Super
it's
bad.
what's really bad. So make sure that when you guys do that, make sure the car is turned off, or if it's turned on, make sure you don't have nothing hanging, not a hair,
Or a necklace.
or necklace,
Okay, I'll
yes,
remember.
or
Yeah.
because that's very dangerous. Okay, that's
what
something
do you
that we
call?
want to make sure.
Okay.
like a horse.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's excellent. I forgot
stole.
about it because usually I'm gonna do
Yes.
so I don't worry about those things.
Yes,
No,
so
and
but
actually-
yes, we have to take care
And
of
actually,
that.
one of I will answer that. Actually, one of the other day I interviewed a guy, and he needed to do a job. So anyway, so when I checked his hand, these 3 fingers were missing. So
It's
what
weird.
happened? He was working with gloves in a car, and one of the gloves it got caught up on the belt and pulled his hand. There goes the fingers.
God.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, very careful with cars. When you're gonna shake the car, make sure it's off.
Off.
Mornings, cold, and all that.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Cabinet filter. The cabinet filter, most of the time they go inside, like behind the glove box. So we gotta remove the glove box, and usually they go there. If you have some of the cars, they have it on the front, but not a lot. Usually BMW have it out here. So long filter. So and Mercedes too. but the rest of them they have it inside the cabin. That's why they call it cabin. It's gonna wear down a lot faster. So this one, I want to say at least a good year. You have a brakes for a good year. All right. And when we open here, we also check your suspension, we check your strut shocks, and make sure everything is good. So when we do brakes here, we not only do your brakes, we check your tires. Check your tires and do the penny test. Okay, so this tire, do you guys think that it needs alignment?
No.
No. Why? Because it's more even. All right, so this is the penetrant. This is the penny, heads down, and it's right on the ice. So you still have a good knee. All right. So
I was like, I just bought him
Now, where's it going?
Lincoln right here,
Ah,
and if you can, I can see the ice, so it's right on the ice. So it's good.
well, that's good.
All right.
I heard about the penny test.
So that's the penny. Oh, that's good. Good, good. I love it. Okay,
I
so
just bought the tire.
what's the
Oh,
DOT here?
good.
So it's
Was that 18?
What's the year? 2018.
Oh, 18 is. Oh,
just bought him last year.
Yep. DOT, last two numbers. 18.
That's
So
their
it-
birthday. I always call it their birthday for the tire.
Oh yeah. So you have a good tire, you have good brakes, the fluids are okay. So it's a really good car. All right.
No, they chose you.
Next time, choose mine. You can tell me what to do.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I remember. What else? So, like I said, well, here when we do tires or when we're gonna do tire rotation, we're gonna explain that too. We check everything. We not just hustle and do everything and all that. No. We make sure that everything that we're doing that you're gonna be safe on the road. Now, tire rotation. These tires, you always want your good tires on front because this is where the traction is, and the winds is when you where you turn. So all the good tires on the front, and when you rotate them, you wear them evenly. So you always want your good tires on front. So this one, we can either do it visually. All right, see if this one it looks better than the one in the back, or we can use our Abraham Lincoln and see if which one it has more meat, more life out of it. And if it's the one in the back, we just put it in the front. All right, and
I mean, I don't know if any of you want to try to check the oil or want to try to do something on the car.
you want to do something? What do you want to do? You want to check the oil? Okay, come here. Okay, so first you need gloves. Hold on. I can't prepare here. They're gonna be a little big for you, but you don't want to get dirty.
The car's turned off. It's okay.
Yes. All right, now the other one. So now pull that stick. There you go.
Ah, you have to have a long arm.
If it's here, that means it's okay. All right. If this one is a little brown, so it needs an oil change, or it's gonna need an oil change soon. So if your mom don't have time and you can go check your car, make sure it's off. And when you pull this one, called dipstick, and they all of them they're orange or yellow. So make sure it's on the H. All right, right here, low and high. So right here in the high. All right, and then just put it back in. There you go. All the way, all the way. There you go.
Good job.
Awesome, man. All right. And this one, disposable. All right. So what do you guys think? You like it?
Of course.
Any
So
questions?
yes.
For the newer cars, you know how it gives you the alert, it's time for maintenance.
Yeah.
Are they pretty dead on, or is it just like what the?
You mean the engine light?
No, like this one, it'll tell me like it's time for maintenance.
Because we call it
Mine doesn't.
maintenance require light. The maintenance require light is gonna turn on when you need oil change or when it's getting close to. Now, if you go to a place, you have like this car. This car is every 5,000 miles. But if you go to a place and that place needs, having a special for $19.99, and your car takes full synthetic, and you wait until 5,000 miles, that oil is gonna be super bad because that oil that they put in is for 2,000 miles. So you always want, if you have a car that it takes synthetic, use full synthetic, all right? Which is most of the cases right now. All the cars use synthetic oil, and it's more expensive, but it's gonna last twice as longer as the regular one. So it's basically the same thing. So try to get good oil on your car. Now, I know that a lot of you guys, they get freaked out. You guys get freaked out when you see a light in your cluster, and you don't know what it is. So if you guys want to know what it is, there is an orange manual on your the glove compartment that you can open up and you can see what it is. All right, and after that, just give me a call and I'll tell you if it's dangerous that you have to stop the car, don't drive it, call AAA, or you can go home. No, don't worry. Like tire light. Tire light, it'll turn on if you have a nail in it. So it is telling you, hey, don't go far. Go to a tire place and get it checked out. All right, it could be just low on air, or it could be that you have a nail, and if you're going to, to a place and you don't want to, have that nail in your tire because you're gonna, who wants to be stranded in the middle of nowhere? Nobody. So actually, the cars these days, they're a lot easier to diagnose, to troubleshoot, and know what to do. Because actually, the car will tell you what it needs. So it is basically super simple. And don't get freaked out with the lights. It's just a warning light that is telling you, hey, call Irving. Call Irving, all right?
But
So
older cars don't have like a tire light.
they do, but it's different. It's a lot different. So always pay attention to your cluster, the gauges, and all that. We have a torque wrench. Okay, anyone of you guys know what it is? A torque wrench. What is this? Any bolt, every bolt on your car, it needs to have the right amount of pressure and torque. So if I have a gun, air gun, and you come for a tire rotation and just use the gun, boom, 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 yeah, that tire is not gonna come off. But let's say you got a Big Bear and you don't have signal, and yes, you know how to change the tire. But the last shop who takes every car, they use the gun, and that thing is seized that way. So it has more than 150 pounds of pressure, that bolt, which usually takes about 90 pounds, 95 pounds. So that's why we torque them here. So if you need to replace the tire, I mean, you can do it. I mean, the nuts are gonna be kind of the right amount of pressure. All right, so that's why we use the torque wrench. When we do tire rotation, we torque your tires. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and okay.
I don't want to forget.
So, okay, so those you always need to make sure that wherever you take your car for tires or whatever, just make sure. Do you torque my tires? How many pounds you put on my tires? So if they just use the gun, you're gonna have problems if you need to replace that tire. So always torque your tires.
But I've been told it's not a very good idea to rotate your tires. Is that true, or is it just different for different things?
Excuse me.
Rotate your tire.
Yeah, it's very important.
To rotate
Very
the tires?
important. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna prolong your life of your tires, like for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. To do that, you're gonna need tools, and it depends on the cars. If it's a Toyota, it takes a 14 millimeters a wrench. If it's a Honda, it takes a 17. And if it's it depends on the car that you drive. What do you guys? What kind of cars do you guys have? So it's a Toyota. It'll take a 14 millimeter wrench, and your car will take a 17 millimeter wrench. It's for the drain pipe to drain it, and you need a catcher, oil catcher. So yeah, but you can do it. You can do it.
I mean, it's
And
a lot of ladies. I mean, learn how to do it, and it actually, we're planning to do a clinic, not right now, but I mean later, to help you and teach you how to change the oil.
How to change oil, how to change brakes, and all
Yeah,
that.
but the thing is, we need a little bit more space. I mean, there's a lot of women that wants to know, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to know. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
really good question. But the basic information, I mean, to do it is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the ones that right now don't want to change the oil, that's what the one. Right now, that's why we were talking with Irving. Okay, what we can do to help you in this clinic. We come up with something. Usually, when it's a regular oil change, the price is very different a little bit depending on what type of oil you use. But let's say regular oil, it's range for what, 30
30
to
to
$50 around, depending on how much quarts of
Quarts of
oil
oil takes.
your car takes. The synthetic oil, it's more expensive. I hear customers that pay almost $150 or more in the dealer for just the synthetic oil, for one synthetic oil. And that depends if your filter is special, because some of the cars have a filter
Special
that is a
filter.
special filter. Just a filter costs $67. But that's one of the things that we need to know. We need to know what type of oil our car needs. A lot of the times, if you grab your glove bags and get the manual, it tells you in the first page what type of oil your car needs. Mostly the newer cars, right now, they're more synthetic, full synthetic. And make sure that it's when you go to a mechanic, it's full synthetic. Sometimes that says synthetic blend. That means that's not full synthetic. And what they're doing, they're putting half regular and half synthetic.
which is good, but
They charge you like
if
if it's
you
synthetic.
if you're gonna do it every 3,000 miles, but if you don't, just get synthetic.
I don't know if we're using like the right numbers, but let's say your car would ask for 10, 20.
Yeah.
Is it true if you step up, like go to 10, 30, it's better because it's like more thickness?
What happened is on the car there is an oil grade. Here's the viscosity of the oil. All right. Usually, like the new cars, they're super low, like 0.20 or 520. You rarely see 540 or 240, which is a lot thicker oil. Why it's not recommended to put like I said, probably your car, if I'm not mistaken, takes through 520. If they 520, that means that the oil grade is thick. So that means that whoever builds the engineer who builds that motor, it builds it with that specification that it needs that oil. If you put a thicker oil, it's gonna start having this ticking noise and all that. Let's say on the other hand, let's say you have a motor or an engine that it takes 40, a real thick oil, and you put a thin oil, so what's gonna happen? You're gonna damage the motor from the inside. So if the car calls for 1020, 520, put 520. If it calls for 1040, put 1040. Whatever it calls for, you put that oil, because the motor is designed for that. If you have a problem, like a lot of wear and tear inside the motor, well, you're not gonna fix it with oil. We gotta, go in and replace what it needs to be replaced, because the oil is not gonna cover that gap. Because if you have you start experiencing like a ticking noise or something, is most of the time it's due because of wear and tear of the inside of the motor, and the oil is not gonna cover all that gap. It's just so thick.
So there's no when in doubt, just use this kind. It doesn't work that way either.
No.
It doesn't work that way either. Oh wow.
Like a high mileage.
Yes, high mileage is good, but I don't know how many of you guys have like I want to say usually
I have a
like a
2001.
Mercedes or Beamer or even a Volkswagen. Those cars, when you go to the dealer, they do it once a year.
Yes.
The oil change, and it's 10,000 miles oil. But I wouldn't put that on the car. If I do it every 5. If I use that expensive oil, I do it every 5,000. Because what's going to happen is the oil get burned up and it build slush around the inside of the motor. So what's going to happen? You're going to start experiencing all this stickiness and all that, because there's a lot of slush build up. So that's why it's always to do your oil change, if you can, ahead of time, 100, 200 miles before the lights are on. like if it's been blinking for a month, no, that's just no. Yeah, because I come across a lot of cars like that, and if that happened already, what we do is we have something called engine oil. We put that chemical, flush the motor inside, get it, get as much as we can, and we put good oil. Any other questions? The tail blinks, and then you put a sticker on it so you don't see it.
So it's like, okay, I still have another 5,000 miles to go.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
It's gonna take a lot of life out of it from you, because oil is, I see it like this way. It's like your blood on your body. So that's what it is. So you don't want. Usually they put a sticker. Just remember that sticker and bring it back and do the oil change. Because what's gonna happen? It's gonna take a lot of good months and years out of your life out of your motor. So you don't want that. You want to extend. Okay, so
We're just doing because we want to help you out. We want to set up something, and we want to set up some standards. I mean, just to help women. And we really believe in a change, and that we can change one customer at a time. Just educating women to know and understand their car. Obviously, every time that you bring your car to us, we're gonna teach you, and any question that you have, I mean, we're gonna help you out with that.
and I like what she said. Like I said, I really believe that whatever you sow, that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. I mean, if you sow, avocado tree, you're not gonna get watermelons out of it. So that's what we do. We sow this into you guys. That's why I sold into these customers this morning a seed of honesty, and that's what I'm gonna get in return. All right. So that's what we do. That's who we are. We want to give you guys value. We want to give you the best that we can to you guys. All right. So because I understand, like I said, I grew up with a single mom. I'm married with this beautiful woman right here, and I mean, you guys are great, and I want to help. I want to help the community because I want to change the concept that you have about mechanic shop. When you got to a mechanic shop, you're afraid. Oh my God, what's next? You know. So we want to change that. We want to change that here in this industry. That's our goal. And of course, bring more customers into not based on just a cool deal, based on who we are. That's who we are. We have the standards, we have values, and that's what we want to give to the community. And that's why we're doing this. That's why Ladies Car came on. We were. I'm serious. We were sitting down, and we have a huge board in the house when we brainstorm all these ideas. And this beautiful lady, she was like, "You know what? We should do this." And my first answer say, "No." No, I said no. Why? 'Cause I'm losing money. I'm serious. I'm like, I'm probably break it even. I said no, and then she was like, hey. I said, and I said, all right, let's do it. And we did our first clinic November, and we had. I mean, right now it's a small group, but oh my God, it was like 40. 40. Like 40. And I was like, no, I don't have a lot of parking space. Like, no, stop. And a lot of them they couldn't make it today. But yeah, I mean that's what we do. It's something in the heart that it was a dream to help the community and help you guys out. So and thank this lady because she's so on. We'll put it together.